that stand, and because you're leaving tonight, will he travel?
He is not going to travel. We're listing him after this game, day to day, and then we'll see, where it is. It's his groin. He says, and our trainers say that it's not as severe as the one he had previously earlier in the season. So we'll see.
So he missed 2 weeks with that, so is there a sense?
Come on, I have no idea. I'm definitely not a trainer or a medical expert. Well, we'll see when we get back.
What did you like when the way you guys started out tonight?
Yeah, it was a professional approach. I think we talked about it in the walkthrough meeting that we wanted to finish this homestand 3-1, and we played good basketball in this homestand. Even in the loss, there were a lot more very good winning moments, and there were moments that can go the other way. We just happened to lose that game by a team that played better. But this was potentially a trap game, and we have guys coming back into the lineup. We have guys that are going out of the lineup. It potentially can be an emotional night, celebrating Dwayne. You just don't know, which way it could potentially go, and it's a back-to-back. So I thought the approach was terrific, and everything was generated, particularly in that first half, from our defensive efforts. It was a continuation of the Orlando game, just in terms of the multiple efforts, the focus and intention of what we're trying to do defensively, and that just got us into the open court, got us into a lot of random offensive situations, and there's a karma to that if you're doing things hard, at least for us, that it generally leads to good things. And it was just an amazing night. Obviously we get to honor and celebrate our greatest Miami Heat player. I love it when he's in attendance. I wish he could be here a whole lot more, and I tell him that every time I see him. And I think it's important for all the guys in the locker room to see that. I mention it often to our guys that they inherit the legacy of this organization. And not everybody, when they come into this building, necessarily feels that way, but we feel a certain way about the culture here and what's been done in the past, and we want to uphold that standard. And I just want our guys to see what greatness is and why greatness is celebrated. It's celebrated, when you win and you get over that mountaintop. And when you're able to accomplish the things that Dwayne was able to do with those Miami Heat teams, there is a legacy that lives on, forever. And I just love it. I love Jimmy seeing it. I love Bam seeing it. I love Tyler. I love Jaime. I know Jaime was he mentioned it to me in the locker room that he's studied Dwayne for a long time. I joked with him and I was like, "You're too young until you've never seen him play, and understand what he was doing." But he's a student of the game, and he studied him and Kobe. So it's a great night to be able to get the win, to finish the homestand. We know it's a pretty busy week. We know what's ahead of us this next week, and to be able to also just have that night and celebrate Dwayne with a win, which is what he wanted as well, was a really cool night.
In a game like this, when you're about to go on the road for back-to-backs, it's a team you've played a bunch of times already, you're up double digits most of the game. Just out of curiosity, how does your staff handle games like this? Does it give them the same amount of, outside of just logging, how much bandwidth do you give games like this?
Look, I don't think we're in a position to mess around. Well, we're going for the win. You have to go first things first. Get the win, don't mess around with it. Games can be totally dangerous and can change in a blink of an eye. At the beginning of the third, they had 3 straight threes, and all of a sudden, it's around 10 points. That's how quickly things can change. So we want to handle what's most important, and that's the game and being present, for this. And then we also have to be responsible. But nobody on my staff is talking to me, before 5 minutes about any kind of scenario. That would not be received well if they're mentioning something to me about that. But you have to be responsible. We know it's back to back, and we're trying to manage a bunch of things, and I'm just glad we're able to get the win. And it's unfortunate that Jaime, got a little bit nicked up, and but everybody else was able to mostly stay fresh.
What about the post game though? Like now that the game is over, how much review?
We're gonna try to get out of here as quickly as possible. Oh, the review? Yeah. Well, I mean, we have enough to talk about with the Nets. It feels like it's been several years since we've beaten them. So I don't know if we'll study this game too much tomorrow.
Is Jimmy traveling?
Yes.
And is the expectation that there is a good chance he could return tomorrow based on the work he's done this weekend?
He is traveling.
Is Kevin Love traveling?
I believe so. All right. I wrap it up.
One question.
I know you talked a bunch about Wade, obviously pregame, but I feel like if there's one person to have a statue outside the arena, it would be Dwayne. Can you just kind of talk about what that means just for this?
Pat kept that in his pocket. Pat is the godfather for many reasons, and that was, I was standing right next to Karan, and he had the same reaction as me, just goosebumps, and I was like, whoa, definitely wasn't expecting that. He comes out with a bobblehead. I didn't know where he was going with that. And then, he drops the mic on that one. He shocked all of us. He shocked Dwayne. I love seeing Dwayne have that really sincere, genuine reaction to it, where he was speechless. It was just really cool. And that's why Dwayne is Dwayne, and that's why Pat is Pat. And that's the way it should be, that this is just one night, and then, the statue will be there next year. That's going to be really cool.
Thanks.
All right, thank you.